In my research, 40 years ago, I started working with stem cells. I learned many things from stem cells. The secret of life I learned from stem cells. Right now, in every one of you, you have stem cells throughout your entire body. These stem cells can replace any tissue or organ in your body, and you should be able to stay young for hundreds of years. So you might ask, then why do we age? And the answer is because the mind controls the cells and the genes, and we collectively believe in aging. My research, early research, I have a tissue culture with multi-potential stem cells. These are clones, meaning they're all genetically identical. In my experiment, I take a group of cells, so I take this group of cells and put it into another petri dish with a different environment, environment A. And environment A, the conditions of the medium, the stem cells form muscle. But I could go back and take the very same genetically identical cells and put them into culture dish with environment B, and the cells form bone. Or I could go and take the very same cells and put them in culture dish C with a different environment, and the cells form fat. What controls the fate of the cell? The environment. They were genetically identical, only the environment was different. So I published this work in 1977, a fine structural analysis of normal and modulated cells in myogenic culture. Sounds like Latin, but what is the meaning? This is the first scientific report that I made, how the environment controls the fate of your cells. And I use the word modulated, meaning altered, because there was no other word. My colleagues were not interested in this work because they were interested in the human genome. So I left I had tenure, and I walked out of the university as a professor. I left the university because they were not being scientific, because they didn't want to understand this. So I end up at a better university, Stanford University Medical School. There I repeat the experiments, but more sophisticated. And I get the cover of the journal, Differentiation, but I really wanted the cover of Rolling Stone, but it's science. So after I do this, again, the scientists were not interested. So I left the university for the second time, and I write my book on the biology of how cells work. And in my chapter 2, I lay out the scientific evidence to show you genes do not control biology. I also introduce you to the exciting discoveries of epigenetics, a new field of biology that is unraveling the mysteries of how the environment influences the behavior of cells without changing the genetic code.